Hi guys, and welcome to the channel. If you're new here, welcome, and if you're returning, thank you. I appreciate you. Alright guys, so we're getting into house 11. That is the house of Aquarius. It's like-minded, like soul tribe, friends, humanitarian beliefs. I got some other stuff here too. There's a lot. Friendships, friends and acquaintances, clubs, societies, higher associations, benefits and fortunes from career, and your hopes and wishes. So, and Aquarius is a big energy with what's coming in here. So we know that Pluto is, or if you don't know, Pluto is going to be going into Aquarius for like 20 some years or something. It's the first time ever in our lifetimes we've seen this, so we're definitely feeling this energy. I'm appreciating this energy. Of course, I have an Aquarius South node, so it's very comfortable to me. It's comfortable energy to me compared to what has been, but I am excited to do your guys' reading. We are going to do the singing bowl, and if you want to skip over this, you can go down to the description and just skip over it and go to the reading. But we are going to do our little prayer, and then we're going to get into your reading. It is a layered reading, so it has been a little bit longer. We start at the top, we move to the middle, we go deeper. So let's go ahead and get started, okay? Thank you, Spirit, for your guidance, protection, and unconditional love. I'm grateful for all known and unknown, seen and unseen. Divine energy, guiding, allowing, and protecting us as we receive these messages with an open heart and mind. I pray these messages of healing and protection reach those who need them and those who will fully embrace and express their own divine energy for the highest and most loving good. As we walk on the path of love, healing, and redemption, may your healing light touch, taint, transmute all darkness with understanding, acceptance, and faith in the holy light of love. Amen. Thank you, Spirit. Okay. All right. Okay, guys. Excuse me. Ugh. Okay. All right. Oh, thank you for waiting for that drink. All right. Okay, Aquarius. We are starting with an elemental star spread, which is 6 cards. The first card out is the Earth element, which is going to be the issue, or the and it's the physical. Really, this whole top part of the reading is going to be more the. There we go. We got gratitude. It's the 4 of Cups, guys. Okay, so how is this making you feel as we get into the water element of this spread? So there could be something for you being offered to you, and you could be, the Four of Cups says you could be disregarding, disengaging, too busy looking at, looking for the right things and the things you already have instead of something new. This is emotional. This is, could be, you know, to me, the water is psyche, so it is kind of mind energy too. It's kind of how we attach our emotional self to our minds too. I look at the cups a lot like that. And then we got that Ace of Swords, mental. It's interesting because in the way it's making you feel, we got mental, which is like the Ace of Swords. You could be feeling like I need to clear up some of these old emotional energies, some of these old emotions. I need to do something new. I need to feel something new. Or you know something new is being offered to you. This could be like deep within, or this could be just like something emotional in your life being offered to you. Let's go to the air and see what your thoughts are on it. Security. Wow, another 4, you guys. The 4 of Pentacles. Yeah, there's definitely something here. Oh, okay. I feel like you could be protecting maybe some old emotions, some old things that you really, really believe maybe have potential to make you happy. But maybe you're trying to think differently about them. It's like kind of wanting to start something new here. And then we got the Fire. What you need to release is curiosity, which is the Page of Air. Okay. All right. This could be release or surrender. I will just say that. We will get more to see how this comes in, but how is this affecting your heart, your spirit? Dare. Okay. And let's see a combination of all energies, and then we'll get into this. This is a little confusing. I'm not gonna lie here, okay? Because it looks like there's definitely something here that's causing you to feel, let's see. Okay, yeah, less confused. Something here is making you feel less confused about something either being offered to you or the things you need to kind of stop looking at, the emotional things you need to stop looking at. These could be things from the past, things that you rely on. These could be crutches. These could be things you rely on for emotional, like, security. And it feels like you are trying to hang on to, it feels like mentally you want to hang on to this stuff, but it's making you feel like you could be even researching like ways to detach from certain things, you know, people, places, stuff like that. I feel like you almost have to feel your way through this one, Aquarius. This feels like also communication. I would almost say right now with what I have in front of me, there's like a feeling of not taking your time and being thorough in the way you're communicating, what you're looking at, like the facts, the studies, stuff like that that you're looking at, maybe rabbit holing on. It's like you could be looking at something here. Also, what's coming through interesting with this 4 of Cups is there's these little baby footprints in the bottom. It's very interesting. She's sitting on a beach, it looks like, and there's a storm brewing in the back. But she's just staying there. And there's something being offered here that could help her maybe move out of like an emotional stagnation. This emotional stagnation could be being caused from staring at the same emotional stuff and expecting something different to come of it instead of kind of feeling differently about it is what I'm getting. But it's like there's a knowing here. There's a feeling of you knowing that you need to release some things. Maybe take some time to communicate, study, but this needs to be done thoroughly, whatever this is. I'm not sure what this is, but it's making you feel really determined. There's a determination here to leave some things behind, let something new come into your life, have a new way of thinking about something. It could have something to do with, I'm just getting it, but like even children or something like that with these little footprints, or the footprints you're leaving, the legacy you're leaving, the memories you're leaving for others. And there's something here about like kind of holding back your energy, communication, something like that, from something you want to partake in, or something you want to accept into your life. You could be shutting yourself down or away from something that could truly make you happy, because either there's something, the stuff you're looking at, like, oh well, this is keeping me occupied emotionally. Like it almost feels like old emotions. These could be, and even negative emotions that are keeping you like transfixed on them rather than the new stuff that's trying to come into you. These could be lessons learned. These could be things learned with the Page of Air here. Things learned through past emotional ventures and things in your life. Relationships, everything. And the way you've handled things too. I always get that with the Four of Cups. It's like, how do you handle when you're so preoccupied or you're so used to this emotional stuff, and something new is trying to come in, and you can feel it trying to come in, and it's like, well, you should maybe try to feel differently about this. And then it's kind of hitting your mind like, yes, maybe I should try to feel differently about this, or maybe I should accept this new feeling into my life. There is a determination here though to share something, to maybe look into something more. I'm not sure we're going to get more on that, whether this is more of a surrender, that need to learn more or study more or communicate more, or if this is something you need to embrace. I'm kind of feeling like it's something you could embrace, but that's just what I got right now. But whatever this is, it's to get you out of a state of confusion, and not just confusion, but like not knowing really where to put your emotional energy. Is what I'm getting more than anything. It's like you're busy putting your emotional energy towards it feels like the past. It feels like ghosts of the past. It feels like things that aren't there for you, aren't serving you, actually probably hurting more than helping you. And I feel like know this, like you feel this, you know that you have to think differently about this. There's definitely something here you definitely want to release. I do feel like that. Not just release, but also stop protecting or stop holding on to. You may need to talk to somebody or move forward towards some more clarity on this, some more advice, maybe some communication, maybe looking into some things, like I said, trying to find out more, not about the things that aren't serving you, but about how to move away or invest your emotions into something else and your mind into something else rather than what you're doing right now. So let's go ahead and get, we're going to go down to the next layer, which is like, I've been kind of feeling this layer as like the bridge between the really kind of, I want to say obvious, but it's not also obvious, but it's like, also this can be about like really grounding yourself and learning more about something before making a move too, before investing yourself in something, before committing to something. It's like wanting to learn more about it, so that you know exactly what it is you want and what exactly it is you want to invest in, rather than there seems to be a feeling here of almost not investing yourself or putting yourself into something new here that would make you feel much, much better, because there's a feeling here of being afraid of not like being confused, or getting swept up in like a fantasy, getting swept up in something that's not real. That's what I'm getting. We got the Fool over here. Yes, I feel like if something has recently been offered to you, if this is your reading and it's resonating, not all these readings are going to resonate with everybody. They are general, you guys, but I do suggest checking out all your placements in your chart. But this looks like something new has been offered to you. And it could be some information that you've gained, something you have looked into. And it's offered you a new way of looking at something, maybe causing it's cleared up some confusion, or you're looking for it to clear up some confusion around where to focus, where to put your focus. Let's see here. We got that Fool. Oh yes, releasing devil energy. I was getting this. Okay, so it did come out reversed, which to me is good. Not all readers read that reverse like that, but whenever it comes out reverse for me, it's definitely trying to unbound yourself from stuff that is toxic, stuff that is not feeling good, stuff that is keeping you feeling stuck, stuff that's just holding you back. And then we got that Ace of Cups on the bottom, you guys. Okay, so that is what's being offered in this card, this first card out, this Matter. Okay, there's something here being offered or has been offered. It depends on where you're at in this, but it's offering you a new, like, and I also look at this as purifying too. So, and with that energy, I was getting like toxic things, like releasing addictions, releasing stuff like that. And if you know my channel, you know I have struggled with addiction majority of my life. So I know how detrimental it can be to everything, to your whole self. Your mind, your deep, your psyche, your connection to spirit, your connection to others. Yeah, so this could feel like something right under there is the Tower. So this could feel like something is really, really, really shifting and changing here in your mind about maybe some things you've been focusing on. Feels like this new, something very, very new, and this to me is like trust. You could be being asked to trust in your guides, your guidance, maybe releasing some toxic ways you handle emotions, or things that you keep looking at that were toxic, or maybe they felt good at one time but they just don't anymore. Looking at them is just keeping you away from something new. That's what I'm getting. And then there's just this feeling here of being freed by trust and by faith in the process. And this is making you feel like, hey, this could give me a new understanding and a clear, I'm getting that clarity, see things from a bigger picture, choosing one thing that's not toxic, that carries me forward. But there still feels like right here in the middle with releasing this devil energy, it's like you have to be determined to do this. In the heart, you know there has to be a strength and a determination to leave something behind here. It's more like not even leaving it behind, because it's not even really there. Those cups usually are, it's like you've used it all up. It's like you've used up all that, and now there's this new full cup being offered. And it's like a part of you, a part of your psyche, a part of your heart, a part of your emotions that has not been utilized, has not been looked at. And that could be why the Page of Air is here too, to look at that part more. And it feels like a really determined part to release like bondage, like bonds with unhealthy things. But in order to release ourselves from unhealthy things, you guys, we have to stop thinking about them. We have to stop focusing on them. The more focus we put on it, the more it holds on to our energy. It's like where you put it, where the attention goes, the energy flows. That's the thing. It's like you have to put your energy into something new here. You have to invest yourself into something new here. It's just like there's a feeling here of not quite knowing what that is. I am getting that you maybe studying something or looking at some healing techniques, or some or even talking to somebody, communicating with somebody could help. But then we got the Malika of Cups coming in. This is the Queen of Cups. This is completely going with the flow of what's you're feeling, okay? Not what you're thinking, I feel like there's thoughts getting in the way here. I feel like there's thoughts getting in the way about maybe how this could look, or how this did look, or what this was, how it felt at one time, but it doesn't feel good anymore. or whatever this is that you're kind of being offered to step away from, and you're maybe being guided. I always look at the Fool as being guided into a new chapter, into a new cycle, and having trust in that, and it's purifying. Because as much as the Fool does know, there's a lot you don't know. There's still more to learn. There's still more to grow, which is how we all grow and expand. But there is a fierce determination, and it's like, feels like something here is calling you forward to make a choice, to invest yourself in something different, to communicate maybe differently. This, we'll get more on this, but that it's something toxic here that you are really, really, really determined to, like, walk into something new, fresh, a new mind frame, a new emotional. We got the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Swords. So this has something to do with the heart and the head, and how it's like, I feel like one or the other is kind of getting in the way of the new thought process or the new feeling process. That's what I'm getting. We will get a couple cards in the middle here, between the Fool and this Devil energy, or this, but it's like, I feel like you can see, like, I feel like you're at this point, whoever this is for, where you can see that changing your mind about something, like the stuff you've been looking at, changing your mind about it. It's like there's a feeling here. Something's bringing a lot of clarity here, making you feel very clear about where you want to go. But you could be questioning, like, you could be doing studying on it. Like I said, you could be researching something. This could be, like I said, a technique, a healing technique. This could be facilities. This could be even counselors. These could be, you know, just, I'm getting a lot here. Let's see what just came out here. We got the Eye of the Needle, intentionality. And then we got the Caterpillar, opportunity. Okay. All right. So with the Eye of the Needle here, this to me comes through as like Ace of Swords energy also. It is extremely determined focus, putting your intentions in, which is this determination. Also, I get that King of Fire energy with this needle too. It's like being really determined to spend your time, spend your energy, your resources to go through this confusing time. It feels kind of confusing because it's like, and I don't know why it's so confusing, because there's something there's something here that's holding your attention. There's something here that's holding your attention that's no longer serving you. It's probably most likely something toxic. That's what it's feeling like, and it's trying to it's needing to walk away from it, but it's got you. It's like got a hold on you, but you are determined to get even if this is something that was very, very special, very, very close to your heart. It doesn't necessarily mean it was toxic at one point, but it's become toxic. So, for example, this could be like, hey, if you lost a loved one, okay, and I'm sorry if you have lost a loved one, but this can be like, they were great when they were alive, but the grief and the holding on to something that's not physically there, that can really mess with our heads. And not only can it mess with our heads, it messes with ourselves, and we try to drown it, we try to run away from it, or we try to, you know, and I believe Spirit's always there. I believe they're always within us, and they're always watching over us. But it's like saying there's, you know, and I'm not saying this hasn't happened. Maybe people do. It doesn't mean you can pretend they're still there. Like, and this could be with the loss of a relationship. This could be the loss of anything, and physically or not, like they're still here, they just aren't with you, or something like that. It's like there's something here you need to walk away from because you're still focusing on it, and it was something that was near and dear to your heart, but now looking at it, it's just causing like toxic feelings and confusion. That's what I'm getting, and it's time to kind of invest yourself into learning more about maybe how to really get through your own kind of thought process about like what's available for you. I am feeling that with this opportunity card. What opportunities can you find through other people, or through taking a step away from this kind of, I dare to call it a safe place, because it's not necessarily a safe place. With the Four of Cups, it is secure. It feels, you know, nobody's around. It's just you and your emotions and you looking at all this, the things, but it just feels like it has a hold on you. And there's something here trying to come in for you that's different, and it's offering you an opportunity to learn something more, maybe to communicate, to become less confused, and also to free yourself from a darkness. I feel like that it's easy to get in the Four of Cups when we're by ourselves, because as good as it feels not to be bothered, except for by our like fantasies and our imagination, it's good to get out into to reality, and sometimes we need to like do our studying and go. But I'm also feeling like there's a light bulb coming through in this Page of Swords, and it's like it's something, learning something about what you've been in or through, and not focusing on the actual. So it'd be like, instead of focusing on the actual, let's say, death of a loved one or loss of a partnership or something like that, we'd focus on the healing part of it, the healing process. I know from my experience, healing does not come through hate. It does not come through, that may be part of the grieving process, but it's not. It comes through love, and it comes through looking at the good times, and it comes through positivity and optimism, and determination to not leave yourself in a position of feeling stuck to something that has so much control over you that shouldn't, because there's more opportunities, and there's more things to learn, and there's more growth that needs to happen. It's kind of like, you know, it can sound, I don't want it to sound insensitive, but you are still here. And this does feel like this can be like looking at something that was once good. This could be an old relationship, and it doesn't mean they aren't there. It doesn't mean they haven't moved on, or even I'm seeing these little footprints, and it's just very interesting. And they're popping out at me. So it's like kind of looking at the past. There's something here that's emotional from the past that has a hold on your heart, has a hold on your healing process. And I feel like there's an opportunity here to learn more about how to heal, and there is a determination. By no means do I feel like you're not determined to get through this confusion, and because there's a feeling here of, if I change my mind about this, I am free from this, and then I can invest myself in something new. I can move forward. I can talk about this. I can go through a process here. I'm feeling like whoever this is for, and this not necessarily going to be for everybody, but because this does feel very feels like there's opportunity to kind of move away from something here. Go with a new flow. If you've been doing the same thing, focusing on the same thing for a long time, it feels like it's time to move on from that, whatever that is, and maybe it'll help release some confusion. And if you keep thinking, oh, well, this is going to work out, or this can come back, or this is going to, I can make this feel differently. This has been kind of a message. I think it might be like something a lot of people are going through right now. Is like, we can't make something the same as it was, because everything's in constant change, constant flow. So we're constantly evolving, we're constantly changing. I'm never going to be the same I was a year ago. I'm never going to be the same I was 10 years ago. But there's always that little bit that is always the same. And that's just our essence. That's just our energy. I've always been hyper. I've always been, that has not changed. Now, how I use my energy has changed a lot. And where I focus my energy, where I set my intentions have changed a lot, because actually I have intentions now, for one, but when you don't, you can get lost easily in a mix of stuff. But there's definitely something here that I feel like has been holding your gaze, your focus, your heart, and maybe there needs to be some peace with it, a new thought process about it, so that you can, it feels like almost like you're protecting something, but it also feels like you want to put what you're, like, if you have been saving or you have been holding on to something, it's like you want to communicate that. You want to maybe spend money to learn something, maybe invest in yourself. Just feels like it feels like you're ready to leave this feeling of not seeing, and I feel like it could be like finding optimism again, finding happiness again, finding opportunity again, when there isn't any opportunity in this. This is why this is only the 4. There's many numbers past the 4, and there's opportunity to keep learning, keep growing, going through those challenges, and coming out with more knowledge and more wisdom. So let's go ahead and go another level deeper, you guys, and get a little more on this. And we will read the Eye of the Needle and the Caterpillar. You could have already got this opportunity and still decided to hold on to. You could have gotten like an awakening, or you could have gotten guided into a much better energy and then fell back into kind of the same like protective ways, or relying on something, an old security or an old comfort, and it could have, but you recognize that you like kind of fell back into like an old, like back into the imagination, back into the reminiscing, back into the maybe toxic way you handled that. This could be a multitude of things, but it's definitely something that you might have fell back into that doesn't feel great. We got Pathways of Light. This has been coming out. Oh, this card is giving me, through this round of readings, it's just been giving me this feeling that there's a lot of karmic lessons being learned right now, and things that were meant to be released, and also most importantly healed through, for your growth, for your spiritual progress, not for anybody else but you. So if there's something hard right now, feels like setting your this card's been like almost like a karmic lesson card. In order to ascend to a higher vibration, a higher form of yourself, we have to kind of, there's things that are put in front of us that can hold us back, bound us to the darkness, to the toxicity, to the addictions, to the when it's like we have to see that these things are here to move us forward. And even in the Earth Matters, how it feels like I can't stop thinking about this, or I can't. Yes, you can. You have control over your mind. You do have control over your mind. It's really, really hard, but that's why we have to set our intentions, and that's why we have to be very, very effing determined. And I mean that. You have to walk away from things that you've learned from, or learn, and that's what I'm getting more. It's like you need to learn from something here. There's something here, a lesson, or some kind of thing that has been, it's here for you to, it's here to create a pathway for your light. And that's what I've been getting with this card, is it's here for you. Whatever this this thing is that you, even if it was a loss, even if it's something that helps you hold on to your light and hold on to your kind of focus through, it makes you tougher. Because when we're going through a lot of earthly stuff, we can get lost in it, and that's not the soul's purpose. That's not the soul's purpose for being here. It's to raise, it's hard to explain how this is explained, but it's kind of felt like to make it more loving, to make our souls more loving and more, and that makes us tough, because love makes us tough, you guys. So when we approach things with hate, or we numb our love, like let's say I got broke up with, and I love that guy, or I love, whatever, if you're a guy, a girl, whatever, and I numb it. it's numbing my love, you know, it's numbing, even though it hurts. I might think it's numbing my pain, but really it's numbing the strongest part of me, which is my love. And I wouldn't be in pain if I didn't love. And if I've loved, I've already won, you guys. This is the beauty about love, but this is also why it's so important to look at that self-love too, because there is times when we think we can, like, how our love comes from other things, and it especially earth stuff, okay? And it just doesn't. It comes from our spirits. It comes from God. It comes from the strength of our hearts. Like, I do feel that. Like, that's really strong. And then we got Sananda on the bottom. Okay, so I did pull another card as I was talking, and we got a new earth under opportunity. Yes, there's definitely something here, big, energetic, shifting. I was, when I first started this video, getting that Aquarius, Pluto message. And I don't say that in all the videos, but I do feel like this is important. As we are walking into some new energy. And it feels really comfortable to me, like I said, but it's not going to feel comfortable for a lot of people. There's still work, determination, and work to be done in getting through this. And right now we got, I think, Neptune, yeah, is in Pisces, and that's a really dreamy, like, energy. It can feel unreal. It can feel, there's been a lot of that energy, like people, it feels like a multitude of people questioning what the messages they're getting, the feelings they're getting, which way they need to go, like wondering if it's like reality, fantasy. We create our reality. We truly do. All this sort of stuff, yeah, it's real. It's really real. But how it affects us is our true reality. That's how we truly take it into our heart. So, you know, you can say something all day, but if you feel this way about it, then that's not the truth. Okay, so so changing our perception changes our feelings, which changes our reality, if that makes any sense. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm getting here. So we're going to go ahead and get one of these healer oracles under this. There is a strong determination here to free yourself from something that has been kind of holding on to you. And by taking a step forward towards something new here, something intentional, like intentional study or intentional communication, or an opportunity that could be coming in or has come in for you, it's going to make you feel a lot better. It's going to make you feel more accepting. It feels like there could be something here in the past that you just are having a hard time accepting, looking at. You know, I get it, but the way that changes is by changing our heart and realizing that there's so much more out there that we're meant to experience, not just that. This is a beautiful card. Your life plan is unfolding as it should. Oh, I love that, because there is something here coming in, probably from within too. This feels like a new feeling coming in, and it's exactly the feeling you need right now to get through and believe in yourself, have confidence in yourself, have confidence that what you want out of all the things you can choose from is right there in front of you. And I feel like you need to take that step towards it. Some opportunity, some kind of new energy. I'm feeling like a new energy, especially in regards to love, self-love, healing, something like that. I am getting that. So let's go ahead and read this Eye of the Needle, which is a 17, and then we got opportunity, which is a 4. Intentionality, clarity, and positive outcomes. I love that. If you look through the Eye of the Needle, what do you see? Summon the experience. I will hold that card up for you guys. It's really nice. I always get healing with this card too, because I always think of mending something. There could be something here that, not to focus on the like needle part, but the thread. The thread that goes through the needle. The thing that's keeping you attached to the mending process. I'm almost feeling like this light, it's like mending the light connection to something, not the, like, this darker connection to something. It's interesting. I am getting that. This is summon the experience of being so singularly focused on the tasks ahead. that it becomes natural to remove everything that is superfluous, every distraction, every non-essential, so you succeed. What is in this case the definition of success? In order for the threading of the needle to happen, everything not in alignment with your goal needs to go. This is the only way you'll get what you need. Shrewd discernment, the willingness to winnow down the needle thread connection to its essence. The eye of the needle looks so tiny, but once your intention threads through it, a vast opportunity. And this opportunity right on the other side, there's going to be something here that requires a lot of changing focus into something completely different. I feel like you're shifting your focus on something here. And I could be reading this more on the negative side, where this is really, really positive, and you're actually focusing on that cup, not the 3 cups in front of you, not the past, but it's still there. It feels like it's still there, but there's a really strong determination, which I did feel, and a releasing of this, like, feeling stuck to the process of looking at this or trying to change this in your mind, and just getting through with more knowledge and more a whole new energy. I'm feeling this is really nice. When your intention threads through it, a vast opportunity is presented on the other side. This is the other side of the reading. The opportunity to put yourself into something. A new earth, like really bring some light, come out with a lot to offer, a lot to give, and a lot of flow, a lot of release. I am feeling that. This needle can mend, and it can sew things together to make something meaningful and new. Yes. It's like using this needle to, that thread, to thread that path of light through this confusion, through this, like in this 7 of Cups, it's like there's so much going on. It's like connect it to one thing you're determined to do, one thing at a time. There does seem to be a feeling here, though, of whole, like, and it could be your own security too, that you are doing this for, so that you can feel secure. And I just feel like there is a stubbornness here. Like, I feel like there's still a stubbornness here, though. It's just trying to tell you that you have to be so more determined than what. So maybe you've already started this process and you're hitting kind of a funk spot where you're wanting to fall back into confusion or fall back into holding on to something that isn't benefiting you, or not investing yourself in something that's totally new and totally good. There could just be a feeling here. It feels like there's just a really strong energy coming in to help kind of support you right now, if this is your reading, to get through this confusion, because you know what you know. I feel like you already know, because you've already been shown, you've already been led into a new direction, but now you need to focus, because you're like in that in-between. It feels like an in-between. You're in between the new opportunity and the new that's coming. It's a transitional, it's a change in energy, it's a change in mind, it's a change in the way you feel about the past and how you handle your feelings now. There's a lot of lessons and learning, I feel like, happening, and wanting to be stabilized too right now. Wanting to be stabilized and also protected right now. It's very important you protect. If you've already shifted into this new energy, which is much more positive, much more loving, much more healing, then it's time to stay determined and continue to see things from the bigger picture, not just and see it from multiple perspectives, not just one singular perspective, which is kind of where I feel like you may have come from. It says you're experiencing success right now. Stay true to your desires, the work you need to accomplish, so you are laser focused on the experience of creating and manifesting. The outcome is assured by divine forces. So as long as you're staying focused, and I feel like it is about releasing and unentangling yourself from this, and it could be old, this could be, I'm feeling the addictions, I'm feeling the And this can be an addiction to sadness and mourning and loss and drama too. Anything that keeps your feelings in a stuck energy and doesn't allow for anything new to come in. I feel like you've broke away from this. This devil did come out reversed, and this King of Wands is here. And this is a spiritual strength to get through and free yourself. And this feels very strength too. Like in the behind the scenes, it's unfolding exactly as it should right now. You're learning something. It's showing you to stay determined through something. It's really speaking loudly about that. Let's go to this 4, opportunity. Transformation, opportunity, independence from conditioned responses. That's what I am feeling. That's what I was feeling. It's feeling like in the past you have started to think differently about the way you respond to the past, to emotions, to the way you think about memories, healing, all that. Like it's really brought in something. It's bringing in something for you depending on where you're at in this. But I am getting that. It says here you are being asked to revise your dreams. If it looks and smells familiar, step away from it for a time being. So anytime there's something that's like, oh, this is comfortable, it's saying don't, because this could be trying to pull you back into this toxicity that you've already, it's like, and it says you're being asked to revise your dreams. So there could have been something you really wanted to just focus on, thinking it will change, it'll make you feel different, or tell yourself, oh, this isn't as bad for me as I think, or this can be better, or I can control this, or I can make this better, when it's saying you need to rethink your dream. If it feels, right now, if it feels comfortable, because I feel like you are getting out of some kind of focused, like, I feel like transfixed, like you're transfixed on something, and it's like you finally seen that, and finally set your intentions in another direction to change your mind about something. You've realized, hey, this is holding me back. This is holding me back from investing myself in something here, a new opportunity, a new life, a new vibe, maybe something a lot more accepting and loving. Whatever this is, it's just feeling really big, you guys. It says the new cannot, it says, if it looks or smells familiar, step away from it for the time being. The new cannot emerge from the old, and the youthful and vital cannot emerge from the aged and sickly. Yeah, this is something there about acceptance. Experiment and surprise yourself with what arises for you in this moment. Caterpillar is an invitation to test out a new strategy to get a different and better result. Trying something different, handling your emotions differently, focusing on something different when you find yourself transfixed on this old stuff that made you feel good, that you know is not making you feel good today. That's what I'm getting. It says, remember that the definition of lunacy is continuing with the same thinking and behavior and hoping for a different outcome. Continue doing the same toxic things, whether this could be anything. This could be overthinking a matter. This could be obsessing about a relationship. This could be alcohol. This could be drugs. This could be eating. This could be a multitude of things, you guys. But it's saying you've been working on something new has been offered you. You've already stepped into what I feel like is some faith and some trust in that, you know, you're walking into a more positive place. But there is still something here that could surface, that is feeling like it could be surfacing. And you could be tempted to handle things the same way you used to, or get transfixed again on an old way of handling something, or old behavior, an old thought process, something like that, where it's like, you know, this is part of your mind and you're seeing it. So it's like doing something different here, I feel like. And it says, once you break away from habitual responses, you will surprise yourself and startle others, eliciting a smile or frown or look of awe from those around you. People will be like, what? She's not going to handle it this way, or he's not going to do that this time. It's amazing. This feels like an amazing transformation trying to get completed here. And it's going into this water, this cup, this Queen of Cups. And she is deep. She is psychic. She understands emotions. She gets it. She just lets them go through. She does not emotionally react. The Queen and the King are the most mature of the water energies. This is handling our emotions maturely. This isn't falling into that place where we feel like we got to drown them, drug them, run away from them, scream at them, argue, fight, feed negative energy. We just know, like, this isn't good for me. Like, it's okay to feel, but the way I handle it matters. And that's a really strong message that comes through in my channel a lot, because I've went through it myself. But and I'm constantly, you don't just stop doing the work. You're constantly doing maintenance on your emotional maturity, because you're constantly going to get triggered with emotions that bring back old things, or you might find yourself looking at something the same way and it's like, no, I've done way too much work to go back to that. So that's really important, you guys. And it says, do not wait for an invitation from life to practice a bit of outrageousness, or for permission to do the unexpected. Any other response right now will lead to more of the same and no real change. So if there is something around this time, whenever you're reading this, because these are not timed, you guys, these are, if it resonates, it resonates. If it don't, it don't. But if it does, and there's something here trying to pull you back into being transfixed on it, or you just find yourself doing that, it's time to be really, really determined and get through that imagination, get through that confusion. Know what it is remember what it is to feel this. Remember the feeling of being stuck on something, or stuck in something, or stuck on somebody, or some emotion, or stuck in some addiction, or stuck. Just remember that. There's a feeling here of needing to be determined through this. This feels like a very important message for somebody. Any other response right now will lead to more of the same and no real change. Sometimes the most original response is no response whatsoever. I was getting that. Not responding at all. Not feeding into that energy at all. Not feeding into that fantasy at all, if that fantasy is what you've been looking at for a multitude. Something new here trying to be offered to you. Sometimes the most stand stock still, staring steadily into the eyes of the players in your drama, avoiding engagement until the moment is right. Caterpillar invites you to witness the story unfolding, knowing that deciding on the timing of your action. That can be this page of cups too. There's like an impulsiveness. Don't be impulsive right now. That, especially with communication, especially with leaping into, like the communication, dealing with others. It's like pulling, like just watch. I want to show you this card again, because this is what you need to surrender. So this is that, maybe holding on to the knowledge you've learned, but not jumping into like a group situation or communicating something just because you're curious about it, or maybe you just think you have something to say, or you want to interact with it because that's a natural response you have. It's saying don't. It's saying this is being retrained. You're kind of being retrained here in the emotions and how you react and how you step into something, with less impulsive, more determined, more accepting and still, and just more allowing. It feels like there's just interesting. Sometimes the most original response is no response whatsoever. The caterpillar invites you to witness the story unfolding, knowing that deciding on the timing of your action is as essential as finding the best move to make. So holding back any impulsive thoughts, behaviors, not just quickly reacting or quickly typing down whatever, or quickly talking or calling or doing whatever it is that you usually do, or you find yourself like kind of naturally falling into that energy. Something's really trying to change deep here about the way you're handling some old memories, some old feelings, some things that kind of got a hold on you. You're trying to release yourself from this, taking your attention away from that, not feeding that energy, feeding that drama. Just watch it. It's not you anymore, and it's not a part of you, and it doesn't have to be a part of you. It's something you've learned from, and it's something you're growing from, and it's something you're going to come out of ahead. And when you do act, let there be no doubt in anyone's mind of your determination and the power you can unleash. And that is this determination. That is this fire, this King of Fire. Let's go down to this Pathways of Light, 34. Divine Dimensions. This is why I've been getting this. It's like there's something bigger going on here, and this could be like a karmic lesson. This could be something you specifically came here to learn. And it says, life holds many dimensions, pathways of light that lead to other worlds and realities. These hidden dimensions are inside you, and can be accessed through the spaces between your thoughts. When the mind is calm, you can enter a place beyond thought. Yeah, it's like not thinking about this too much, just really feeling, because there's something kind of really trying to shift here. Become aware of your breath. Breathe in light. Just observe and relax. After a while, you will feel a sense of peace. You are in a state of grace. Your thoughts float away and turn to light. Each breath brings you deeper into peace. Angels appear, and they are your bridge between the spiritual and physical worlds. Yeah, let the angels deal with it. I've been getting this message all week for everybody. It's like, let the angels deal with it, because there's a lot of stuff being cleared up karmically, a lot of lessons that have been learned, and right now, especially with this Pluto shift, it's like, I feel like there's a lot of energy trying to hang, like negative energy trying to hang on to people's, like, gaze, trying to hang on to them and not allow them to move into this new earth energy, this new opportunity to just let the emotions flow and embrace that part of our existence in a loving way. Not, it's really interesting. They are your bridge between the spiritual and physical worlds. They'll guide you to the heart of creation. Along pathways of light, you enter parallel universes. New galaxies are born inside you, and there's so much love. Your vision is filled with light. There is still a point where you reach singularity, a place deep inside you from which all stems. That place of love. Love for yourself, love for others, not feeding into this negativity, not feeding into this addiction, not feeding into this despair, not feeding into this grief, but love. The loving parts of it. I am getting that. Let's go to the New Earth. 19. Transformation. Yes. This card heralds the start of a positive transformation through which a part of you or a situation that troubles you is cleansed and healed. And just because it's cleansed or healed doesn't mean it's going to be, you know, if you're like in a relationship or something, you're like, I don't want to be a part of that relationship. I don't want it cleansed or healed. Yes, you do. You want it cleansed and healed. It doesn't mean you want it in your life. It means you want it cleansed and healed. It means you want it to stop holding your gaze. It means once that healing is done, you can move on, and that's how it is. That's how this energy is, you guys. It's like anything that's holding your heart in a fixed or stagnated space needs to be released. And then, because we handle those things with toxic thoughts, toxic acts of impulsion, including addiction, including all this other stuff. This is very, very important. And it says it is healed. There is a renewed sense of optimism. Now, let's say this is something you might maybe in the future want in your life. It's still got to be healed and cleansed. It's still got to go through the process. And sometimes that process involves releasing and separating from whatever it is, whether this is family, friendships, jobs, relationships, whatever, even our past experiences. We have to step away from in order, and we have to see it from a higher perspective, that eagle perspective, so that we can get through it in a different way. So we aren't so focused on it in like that tiny, minute way. I don't know how to explain it, but it feels like that. There is a renewed sense of optimism. The future seems bright as you try things and make acquaintances and friends. This is a time to keep focused. And I'm getting that all over this reading. Staying focused on what is occurring now. What are you getting through now? The past is behind you. Bless it. Let it go. Don't curse it, because that energy is just the energy you're hanging on to. Bless it. Don't curse it. Don't look at it with shadow. Just say, hey, here's what I've learned from this, and this is the positive of all this. We have to really try to find the positive in things, you guys. I know it sounds easier, and it is easier said than done, believe me. And I'm not saying anything that I haven't done myself, you guys. It's not easy, but it's what you need for your soul's growth, for your heart, for your path forward, for happiness, for healing, you know. That's what this is about. This is a time to keep focused on what's occurring now. The past is behind you. Bless it and let it go. The present is all that matters. Watch for any lingering guilt, because guilt can manifest as us being angry or making impulsive action towards somebody. And it's like coming from a place where we feel like we failed or we could have did better. No need to look at that, but definitely be mindful, because some of these reactions or even these crutches, addictions, anything like that could be coming from a place of shame and guilt and pain, instead of just saying, you know what, I don't feel good about that, but I'm not going to hurt myself anymore or hurt anybody else over this. I'm going to heal this and I'm going to move forward from this, and this isn't going to keep doing damage in my life or others. That is so important. The present is all that matters, and be careful of that guilt, and don't overanalyze things, especially the past. Don't overlook at it, overthink about it. There's been lessons here. And your intention now is to move forward, and I am getting that for whoever this message is for. Watch for, know that you deserve happiness, and you do. Don't let that shame or that guilt say, well, I don't deserve happiness now. I deserve to be miserable. No, you don't. We are given that grace and that mercy from the divine, from God, and to not accept it is almost feels insulting, because you got to think of everything you've been through and everything you've been spared through. Not just you. This goes way back. We wouldn't even be here if our ancestors hadn't been guided and helped and loved and supported and protected. So we are here for a reason, and we need to recognize that. It can only be found in the present. Embrace your new life. You have nothing to lose but much to gain. That you are eternally loved is the eternal truth. All else is an illusion. And there is this imagination card. You could be just thinking, well, if I make this choice, I'm not going to be loved. Or you could just be feeling that. All else is an illusion. Feel the love within and around you at each new moment. I love that. I love that, you guys. Let's get a Kali card real quick. This one did go, oh, here we go. Sribala. This one's new out of this round. I love it. Commit entirely and without hesitation to your most passionate inspirations. If you want healing, commit. You want to get out of this devil energy, and it looks like you have been, stay with it. Stay with this path. Stay with this path. There are genius and wisdom in what you yearn to do. You have a greater capacity to attain fruition than those around you may recognize. I love that. Believe in yourself, even if no one else does. It is not imagination that drives you toward your destiny. And I do see that. Like, you could be wondering, like, am I imagining that I am supposed to be getting through this and that there's something new here coming in and I'm feeling it? And it's not your imagination. That you're exactly where you're supposed to be. There is guidance. There is help. There is a strong energy of getting you through something here. It is not imagination that drives you towards your destiny, but the instinctive recognition of your true purpose. You have something here. And there's just, feels like there could be a challenge you're facing, or maybe will or have, and you're already through that, and if so, great. But there's just this feeling here of being able to come into this Queen of Cups energy, this water, being able to handle emotions and feel emotions. It's not closing yourself off from them. It's just allowing. We're human. We have emotions. We don't have to, it doesn't have to make us react or do anything. We can just learn and live. I do want to read real quick the Sonata. Sananda. Number 3. It's just popping out at me here. Mastery. I love that. It's the evolved name of Jesus. Is he who has ascended into a higher dimension of awareness. Ascending into a higher dimension of awareness. That was trying to explain that. Like, that's this path of light. That's what we're working on. That love. Unconditional love. And that's for everything. Everything. It says, through this card, Sananda invites you to ascend with him into the heart of love. Have love in your heart right now. In doing so, you can rise above the obstacles and challenges you face. And through the physical world, though the physical world will never be free from obstacles, from a higher perspective, you will see they are not the inflexible, solid structures you initially imagined. Like something like, I can't get through this. Yes, you know you can, and everything is exactly as it should be. For in essence, you are light and have the power to transcend physical reality. That's what I was talking about. Like, once our energy reaches a certain vibe or a certain light frequency, a vibration, everything of the earth, I mean, it is important because this is where we're doing our learning and our teaching. But part of that learning and teaching is not to let get sucked into that focusing on the earth stuff. It's focusing on the bigger picture, that eagle energy. And it says, through light, all has come. Through light, all has transformed and healed. Close your eyes and imagine yourself as a body of light. Imagine all around you as pure light. Let each thought float away as you drift into the inner peace of your soul. To view life from your soul's perspective is true mastery. I love that because it's really seeing it from that little tiny place, like I said, not the rest. It's like that essence, that soul, the soul of the matter. You know, so that's what I'm getting, you guys. So Aquarius, that's your reading. As always, I appreciate you guys coming and watching your reading. I hope you guys have a good day, and I'll talk to you later.